fancy dinner.
That was fun, seeing a dress up.
The fancy dinner was a neat experience because it was right after caving, and so normally on campouts we're seeing each other at our, not our worst, I wouldn't say, but seeing each other at not like a clean moment. Like we don't really care what we look like. It's camping.
I don't know. It was pretty nice to see everyone dressed up other than their scout regalia.
It was kind of fun to get dressed up once in a while and go do something nice and fun.
We went to a fancy dinner and we dressed up. We dressed up as at our best, and we were like so polite to each other. It was really interesting to see how a caving trip and then go to a fancy dinner and see you could see the difference really well on how it works and how everything can change like that.
We're a classy crew. Yeah.
Well, most people don't know how to eat in a formal setting, so it's an opportunity for you to sit there and actually learn how to eat, so that when you go out and you're sitting with people who don't know anything about you, first impressions are lasting impressions. So if you're eating like an idiot, and I do mean the term idiot, then it gives you an opportunity to impress others, especially if you're a younger person, to learn how to which fork to use, which knife to use.
Well, first, you young ladies and men dress up real nice. I was impressed by that. I remember what you would ask for as a group was that we learned dining etiquette, fine dining etiquette, so that if you were at a wedding or a business meeting or just a social event, you'd know what all those forks were and why all those glasses were there. So we went through all the training on that, and then everybody went, I don't know, some cases really good. Well, I don't know where you found all those nice clothes, but y'all showed up looking like y'all going to the prom, and I'm used to seeing y'all out with your hiking boots and your t-shirts. It's kind of nice to see y'all dressed up, looking all pretty and everything, and like Sam in his little hat and his fancy little sports coat. He was pretty dapper, and not that the others didn't. I just thought it was cool. I was so unused to seeing him in that kind of a thing. He carries it very well.
It's kind of awkward through the whole thing, but I got to look good, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I remember that we got to learn all the fancy stuff before the dinner, like a long time before the dinner. So by the time the dinner came, I had forgotten like everything. So I was there and I was expected to be fancy, but I didn't remember how. And I wore a huge prom dress. It was huge.
I think a funny moment was Emily's very poofy dress. The dress was so poofy and big, and I thought that was really funny, and I loved her dress.
As a princess.
Everyone there made not one mistake, and I was so intrigued on watching everybody's interactions and how they were doing. And
well, I didn't know how to eat my soup, and I didn't know how to eat my green beans, and I kept trying to stab the green beans with my fork and put them in my mouth, and Kevin kept telling me to like hinting to me to cut them with my knife, and they were like this long, so I'm just like, eh.
How they were so relaxed in that environment when they were so nervous about it in the first place as a concept, that on 4 occasions I had reached up and had to remember that my napkin did not belong back on the table. That was the only one that did it.
It was really awkward because I was sitting right across from, I forget who was with us, but somebody important.
Vern kissed you.
Yes, Vern. I was sitting right across from him, and I just was trying to be all polite.
So, oops, I guess I wasn't paying attention.
I learned what it's like to have a really fancy dinner because I've never gone to anything like that before where I dressed up.
I learned how to be fancy there because I'd forgotten how to be fancy before.